We have Tua turn the ball over, taking on the reigning, defending MVP Josh Allen on what is already the downfall of Thursday Night Football. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We have our week 3 picks, predictions, and upsets. Before the video starts, I want you to drop your lock of the week and your upset of the week down in the comments. I just hit my glasses. Great. The Buffalo Bills are probably going to run through Miami. Josh Allen's probably going to have 600 all-purpose yards, but it's Thursday Night Football. It's a division game. Something's going in my head right now to tell me to pick the Miami Dolphins, but we're not doing it. We're rocking with the Buffalo Bills. Next, we have the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers, another division game, the 0-2 Carolina Panthers, who seem to not be able to get it going, still taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Michael Penis, you got Drake London, you got Bijan Robinson. Solid offense, defensive line finally getting it going. Defense is finally starting to cook. You're getting sacked. You probably have more sacks the first 2 weeks than you had the entire year last year. I'm rocking with the Atlanta Falcons. Next, we have the Green Bay Packers. Micah Parsons, Jordan Love taking on the Cleveland Browns, who I'm going to go ahead. I said this is how this was going to happen at the beginning of the year, how we were going to see Shedeur Sanders. Well, apparently now it's not going to be Shedeur Sanders. It's going to be Dylan Gabriel. Loss. Winnable game against the Packers turns into a loss. Blown out by halftime by the Lions. Dylan Gabriel in by halftime. Week 4, lock me in. Green Bay Packers are winning this game against the Cleveland Browns. Next, we have the Houston Texans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The 0-2 Houston Texans, the 1-1 Jacksonville Jaguars, who could be without Brian Thomas, which would be a massive loss. You know, he hasn't been producing a lot. You can't just look at the stats, guys. You got to look at the coverage they draw. You got to look at what they do on the field when they're not being targeted, what they're drawing towards them. Brian Thomas would be a massive loss for this team against the Houston Texans team who can swarm the ball, who are starting to run the ball a little bit better now. Nick Chubb's, touchdown doesn't count. And I said run the ball a little bit better. I'm actually lying. They were getting mauled all game when they tried to run the ball. The defense is the bright spot for Houston. The offense, don't know what's going on over there. Something's got to give. I think Houston comes out and wins this game. We have the battle of the backup quarterbacks. Jake Browning and the Cincinnati Bengals go to take on Carson Wentz, former MVP candidate, former Super Bowl champion. Carson Wentz, we got Jamar Chase, we got Justin Jefferson, we got the battle of the backups in Minneapolis, Minnesota, whatever it is. We got the Vikings taking on the Bengals. Jake Browning, a dog. I know Carson Wentz is a dog. Oh, this is going to be our toss-up. I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals. I like the run game more. I like I don't know. It's a toss-up. It's backup quarterbacks. I'm going with the Cincinnati Bengals. Next, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the New England Patriots. Pittsburgh, 1-1. Looked good week 1. Looked bad week 2. Looked okay week 2, I guess. They were playing my Seattle Seahawks, getting absolute belt. The New England Patriots, again, they've had some down moments. They've had some up moments. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers, with their knowledge of the game and the years they have on the offense and the defense, the veterans they have, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to come out and win a grueler of a game. Next, we have the L.A. Rams taking on the reigning, defending Philadelphia Eagles, a 2-0 Rams team who almost beat the Eagles in playoffs last year. And I'm not going to lie to y'all right now, this is our upset of the week. I'm assuming the Eagles are at home. They're going to give them 3.5 as it is. I'm going with the LA Rams. I think the LA Rams come out here, get it back in blood. This is going to be the game right here that sparks the Philadelphia Eagles to turn them into monsters again. Remember last year, I think they started 2-0, didn't look great. Lost to Atlanta. They lost to someone they shouldn't have lost to, and then they just didn't lose a game the rest of the year, almost, something like that. The LA Rams are going to be that team that put that spark under the Philadelphia Eagles. Give me the LA Rams with the dub. We have 5 road teams winning. And that's just not going to happen, but I'm still rocking with the LA Rams. Next, we have the New York Jets taking on my Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the 0-2 New York Jets, who everyone was hyping up. By the way, Justin Fields is back. He's him. Justin Fields is an athlete, an amazing athlete. He's not an amazing quarterback, not a great quarterback. We saw that week 2. Week 1, he looked okay. Week 2, his athleticism couldn't carry him that far, and he looked absolutely horrible. Give me the bait show, the bake sale, big Baker Mayfield, big Mike Evans, and the big Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a big win at home. Next, we have the Indianapolis Colts looking to extend their streak to 3-0 against the Tennessee Titans. And I feel bad for the Titans. 0-2, about to be 0-3. We're rocking with the Colts. Let's just throw that out there. Danny Croms to Danny Dimes. The rejuvenation of Danny Dimes. And it's sad we're talking about a comeback story, and the only comeback story is he got to leave the New York Giants. That's all it is. He's having the same story Baker Mayfield had, just, Baker was with the Browns. The Tennessee Titans look good for what they are. I said going into the year, they have a JUCO offense. They have a JUCO level defense. Cam Ward is an absolute dog, but he can't do it all himself. Give me the Indianapolis Colts. Next, we have the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Washington Commanders. The 1-1 Raiders taking on the 1-1 Commanders. I'm not sure if Jane Daniels is going to be out this week. Haven't heard anything on it. The Raiders don't look great. They don't look bad, though. They're doing okay things on defense. They're messing up on defense. They're doing okay things on offense. They're messing up on offense. The Washington Commanders, I'm really not sure what's going on with them right now. Just lost Austin Eckler. I think they have the better team. I'm rocking with the Washington Commanders to get our 3rd home win of the week. Next, we have the Denver Broncos taking on the LA Chargers, another division battle against 2 Titans. Denver starting flat this year, flatter than I think we all thought they were going to start. Flat game against the Titans. Bo Pix was turning it over on the offense. Flat game against the Colts. Bo Pix was turning it over on offense. The defense kind of keeping this team in games because they're so dominant. But once you go up against a high-powered offense like the Los Angeles Chargers, I think we're going to see this week something is wrong in Denver. I think the LA Chargers advance to 3-0, giving Denver their 2nd loss and asking the question, what is going on with the Denver Broncos? And are the LA Chargers a legit threat, not only in the division, but in the AFC? Next, we have my Seattle Seahawks taking on the Nolan Saints. This is going to be an easy win. We're not going to spend long on this one. Give me my Seattle Seahawks defeating the Saints, sending them to 0-3. And I feel so bad because Spencer Rattler has so much juice. He has so much sauce. He showed us last week. The O-line is terrible. The run game doesn't feel like it used to. The wide receiver core doesn't feel great. The defense is awful. I hope they don't can Rattler, man. I hope they don't. I hope they just keep trying to build around him. Next, we have the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Chicago Bears, the 0-2 Chicago Bears, who just got smacked in their mouth last week by the Detroit Lions. Hopefully, they don't want to take another sickening loss at Soldier Field. That's all we can hope for, right? And they got a team in the Dallas Cowboys who are coming in already banged up. Don't know the identity of their offense, don't know the identity of their defense against the Chicago Bears team, also banged up on defense. We'll see how it goes. This is a big toss-up for me. I'm thinking the Dallas Cowboys win this one, boys. I'm thinking the Dallas Cowboys win this one. I actually like that score prediction right there. 29-24, lock me in. Next, we have the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. Another division rivalry, and who knows who's going to be under the helm for the 49ers this week. I'm going the Arizona Cardinals. I just don't want to take a backup quarterback, regardless of how good the offense and the defense are for the 49ers, and how much I don't like Kyler Murray, right? How much I don't. Oh, go Marvin, go! Oh no, I can't see over the O-line. It's an interception. As much as I don't like the Arizona Cardinals, I think they're going to advance to 3-0. The most fraudulent 3-0 team on our 3-0 slate, by the way. Just want to throw that out there over the San Francisco 49ers. Next, we have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the New York Giants, which, shouldn't be a crazy game. It could be, though. Russell Wilson's moon ball looked ridiculous last week. I'm hoping the Chiefs secondary is just a little bit better than what we saw against who'd they play last week? I hope the Chiefs secondary looks a little bit better than the Cowboys secondary did. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. There's no world I see them starting 0-3. Like, I knew they weren't going to be great this year. They're not going to be terrible. You know what I mean? And last but not least, our game of the week. We have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Detroit Lions. Detroit looked terrible week one, looked amazing week two. Was it the Bears? Are they back? Who knows? Is Detroit here to compete again? Do they just need to shake off the cobwebs? Week one, they're taking on a Baltimore Ravens team who looked great week one, came out with a loss, unfortunately. Looked great week two. They were playing the Browns. Derrick Henry really didn't get going. They need to get this team meshed together. Against the Lions team, you got to be firing on all cylinders. You got to be firing on both sides of the ball. I think that the Detroit Lions get a massive loss to the Baltimore Ravens, with the Ravens coming home with staying at home. The Ravens getting a dub at the crib against a potential playoff contender or a potential fraudulent team. Let me know your picks, predictions, and upsets down in the comments. Don't forget, like and follow.